a damn AR-15 and some boots on, and somebody raping, molesting the kids, or worse, murdering the children. How about that, right?
Right.
You know, not, you know, and these people that we talked about, what was the name of that group, sir?
NFAC, Not Fucking Around Coalition.
Not fucking around. That's you know, that name alone is a damn impulsive. It just, to me, it speaks of impulsiveness. It speaks of something that just popped up. Now, after all of this, we not fucking around. It's a lot, pardon, you know, my language.
Right.
You know, we not effing around. Oh, you chose now not to F around. Right.
Right.
Since something that happened, all of a sudden, boom, you blow up. All of a sudden, now you're not effing around. Okay. What military thought was there even before that?
Right.
It only speaks of impulsiveness, not, you know, military strategy or any of that. So what would they do? With no military strategy plan, they will lead a bunch of black people to their death, you know, that they didn't even have to even go through. You know, you're going to leave people. You have to care about them. You have to think about them. And what did he say also in that video? He said, what did he say? He said, it should be 30,000 out here. Right. Instead, it's only 1,000. Oh, you wanted 30,000 niggas to come out with you and die. Because they're not going to kill him.
Right.
You know, he works for them.
Right.
They're not going to kill him and the ones that he has like right up under him or anything like that. They're going to kill those simple brothers and sisters. You know, they're going to kill them and blow them away. You know, and they're not dying for a righteous cause. They're dying behind their dumb leaders who don't have their what is the word, that they don't have their best interest at heart.
Right.
You know, they're trying to get a movement. And then another thing too, when it comes to black movements like that, they're trying to look and see what Negro to pay. That's what they're doing. He put himself out Front Street like that. They want to see what Negro to pay. And like what you was bringing out, what do you have, a bald head and no beard, anything like that?
Right.
You know, a bald head, no beard. Perfect specimen, right? For, you know, COINTELPRO, who the hell he's working for.
Right.
You know? And what was he trying to drive us to do? He was trying to drive us to be impulsive. Like, that's why he was saying, you know, it should be 30,000 out here, except it's just 1,000. And he said a bad name for the other ones and said, y'all ain't nothing, you know, such and such. And he, you know, degraded the ones that didn't come out. No, they shouldn't have come out. You know what? I'm glad that 29,000 people were smart. You know, at least showed some smarts anyway, but not coming out with him. Because that could have been 30,000 dead. It could have went that way.
Right.
What is he doing? He's actually amping people up. This is why people got to listen to I.S.U.P.K. We actually think about things. You know, we actually think about war strategies. You know, things like that. The things that other people really don't think about. You know, not unless you're in a dope game and trying to find out how to solidify a corner. You know, we actually think bigger than that. We actually think about, you know, cause and effect. Things like that. You know, what would be best? What strategic moves would be best to be made? You know, we think about stuff like that. But what he was going on was impulsiveness. Dealing with, you know, now think about it, you know, he said, you know, you will be a nigga if you don't do this and you don't do that. So now in your mind, he understands that if in your mind, it's like, well, He said, I'm this and that. If I don't do this, this and that. So now he's moved to do something stupid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's moved to do something dumb.
Right.
And what did they do? They went to the Klan headquarters. What? The battle's not there. It's not there. That's not where the fight is at.
Right.
You know? Oh, just because it say Klan, right? Just because it says Ku Klux Klan. That's where the fight is at, huh? No, that's not where the fight is at. Fight is right in them Negroes' own neighborhoods, and they're not there solidifying anything. They're not patrolling nothing there. If they actually were patrolling, then the police would have a lesser reason to even come through their neighborhoods, which would work in our benefit because now police brutality rate will go down.
Right.
Where's the fight? You know what I'm saying?
If I could, it'd be even greater if they came in here and start really learning how to change their ways, change their life,
Yes.
and change the hood around.
Right.
With
Exactly.
in a righteous way that has laws and commandments, like a fully thought out revolution, not just all right, get rid of the Klan. Okay, so the Klan gone, but the police still here. Devils are still here. We
Right.
still in poverty. We still in prison. We still not getting education. We still selling drugs. We still killing each other.
Right.
Like every problem is really still here.
Right, exactly. And I'll bet any amount of money that those people that were out there, the women that were out there were still kicking black men out the damn home. I'll bet you they were single. I'll bet that.
Right.
Either they were single or they sucking on another woman's box,
Right.
or they with a white dude.
Right.
I'll bet. And the dudes, I'll bet they with a white woman or lusting after white women, got one white woman and they want to get 5, 6, 7 more.
Right. Right.
You know, and then at the same time too, I'll bet you a lot of them are selling drugs. I bet a lot of them are selling drugs, just like the black P Stone dudes.
We got a question online as
Okay.
well. Ron Evans said, Shalom. I was wondering, will all of Israelites have new bodies and spiritual powers, or just the 144,000?
No, in that time we're all gonna be. You know, the Bible say we're gonna be a nation of kings and priests. Ain't no nation made up of just 144,000 people.
Right.
We're gonna be way different. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. There's a scripture that also says that the child shall play in the cockatrice den. And the cockatrice is a venomous snake. So even them would be little babies. And the snakes are going to be scared to bite them. You know what I'm saying? The snakes is going to be afraid to bite them because, you know, the scripture also talk about us going from glory to glory. Man, things are going to be afraid of your children, dude. They're going to be afraid of your little 2-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Right. Commander GEN.YAHANNA brought that out a couple of years ago. Said things are going to be bowing down to your little kids, and they ain't even going to understand why. They won't even understand yet. We're going to be a nation, and yes, you know what? We are going to be a nation of people that will have superpower. Yes, we will. We are going to be that. No doubt. We're going to be a nation, and the dread of us is going to be up on everyone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The dread of us, even the ones of us that are not warriors, are not, you know what I'm saying, this and that, people are still going to be afraid of you. Hell, they're afraid of us now.
Right.
Even though, you know, we all in sin and all of this and that, you know, we all messed up and we crushed up under their foot, they're still afraid. And you know what? A lot of people don't even understand why they're even afraid of us. They don't even know. A lot of people don't know, you know, the cop that's got his gun on a black man and he's shaking and all of that. He doesn't really know why he's afraid. He doesn't understand. He's thinking, damn, I got the gun. And he ain't got nothing. Why am I scared? You see what I'm saying? Because the thing is spiritual. Because something deep inside the spirit knows who you are, even though it's not to hit the forefront of his mind. of who you are. Something deep down inside of him remembers the dread that our forefathers put upon the whole world. So just imagine this. Just imagine when we're in our glorious state. Yeah. Was that scripture when it says, ye are gods?
All right.
There you go. You know, that's it right there. Any more questions? Okay. Yeah, but that's, the dread of us is going to be on the whole world, just like the dread of the whole world is on us right now. You know, we're afraid of them. Well, that's the reason why. Yeah. I don't mean to run so long on this, but that's the reason why the Koreans can set up nail shops in our neighborhoods. That's the reason why we can just be economically just damn wiped out by everybody, and we don't even resist it. We don't even resist because we have a fear of them, just like they have a fear of us. And you know what? You know what it's almost like? You ever accidentally ran up on a possum? He's scared of you, and you scared of him. That's what it's like. Even though you greater than the possum, right? But he run one way, you run the other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's like. But it's going to become a time where we going to come, and it's going to be only the possum running, not us. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to be like. You know, the possum's going to run one way, and we're going to stand and walk like ain't nothing happened. We're going to walk like bosses. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Okay. Go to Ecclesiasticus, brother. 12 and 10.
Come.
Oh.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
Now, when we think about enemies, we have to look a little bit deeper.
Right.
You know, we have to look a little bit deeper. These people that start these pop-up groups and stuff like that, we should be looking at them through a scrutinizing eye instead of just being impulsive, you know, and just being like, they out here for black people.
Right.
And then just running behind them, you know. And then another thing that we got to also learn to do too is don't be influenced by your woman, because she's one of the ones, one of the main things that pump you up to be impulsive like that. You know, a lot of us was raised by our mothers, wasn't raised with our fathers and things like that, you know. But at the same time, we are still men.
Right.
And we can learn other things from, you know, other men. You know, we can learn things. It ain't got to be, you know, just your daddy. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to just be him. If your dad is, you know, passed away when you was born or something like that, you're still going to have men that you listen to. You know? And it's better for you to go into imitating them than it is for you to imitate your mother. Because even if they messed up sometime, they can say something and drop something on you that'll be a seed planted in you to start to guide you and lead you towards the truth. It happens all the time. Even the old drunk dude, you know, somewhere laid out with a fifth somewhere on the damn corner can sometimes drop some, because a lot of the times wisdom don't come in the prettiest package.
Right.
You know, that's one thing that we got to understand too. You know, if we want to be anything like King Solomon, we got to be observant like he was. You know what I'm saying? He observed everything. That's why he was able to speak on so many things, because he observed everything. He pretty much gave his life to observing things,
Right.
you know, and he learned from things, you know, and you know what happened with him also is he was able to snap because see back then what people don't understand back then a lot of the times like when you're dealing with kings and royalty and stuff like that a lot of the times the fathers didn't even raise them like that. They had pretty much many fathers for real. It's a scripture for that when it talks about a person is put up under tutors until the time appointed.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I want to look at that scripture up just so people know that I ain't just blowing smoke.
Talking about the schoolmaster scripture, right?
Uh,
The law of my schoolmaster, something like that.
no, it's put under tutors
Okay. Yeah.
until the time appointed.
Galatians 4:2. I got it.
Oh, come on.
Galatians 4:2. You want me to start at verse 1?
Come on. Let's go.
4:1. Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant.
Whoa. It said you do what?
Differeth nothing from a servant.
He is a servant from a child. He could be the heir of a great company or whatever the case is, something powerful and big and all of that. But while he is a child, he is a servant. You know, he's not just the boy king and all of that. You know, he is up under men. You know, he's getting ready to be king, right? But he's up under men that's going to teach him. And a lot of times he's saying this because his father has so much on his plate, right? He got 20-something kids, right? And he has all of these affairs and governings and stuff that he has to do. A lot of the times they didn't raise kids. A lot of the times that's how it was. But what did they do to him though? They appointed people over them to teach them. Tutors. To teach them and all of that. Just like that the show, because remember the show called The Tudors?
Right.
They're supposed to be Henry VIII and all of that. When you're dealing with kings and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? He just ain't some man-made inside the damn house and all of that. You know, some dude is, you know what I'm saying, throwing the football and all of that all the time with the kid. He's not that. He's a man that's governing affairs. Because, I mean, hell, that's a hell of a job in itself. You know what I'm saying? You're the king of something. You kind of got to choose that before you even choose being a father.
Right.
You know, you have to choose that because you got to govern a whole damn kingdom. You're responsible for 500,000 people in your kingdom, 1,000,000 people, whatever the damn number is, right?
It's like if I could. And what people don't know is if you're the king, okay, you don't only have your kids. You're supposed to be over protect everybody's kids.
Right.
You're supposed to, everybody's kids is supposed to be like yours. You're supposed to make sure they're eating, they fed, they take care of. If you're a good king. Right.
Exactly. You got all of this to worry about. You know, you can go ahead with the scripture.
Though slightly differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all.
Though he be Lord of all, because what is he going to do? He's going to grow to be the king himself. What was King Solomon when he was a little child? He was a servant. What was Samuel? Samuel, the great prophet Samuel, who everybody feared and revered. What was he? Up under Eli the priest. A servant.
All right.
And then here's the thing about it with Samuel. It didn't even show that Samuel's father was even there. Right?
Right.
Eli the priest pretty much raised Samuel. But Eli the priest had a whole lot of the same value system, of course, as Samuel's father. You know, how they say it takes a village to raise a child, right?
Right.
when you operating like that, you can have someone else. You know what I'm saying? Other people, because I mean, they will teach your child too. You know. Okay, go ahead.
Time. Verse 2, but is under tutors and governors.
Whoa, up under what?
Tutors and governors.
The tutors and the governors. A whole host of people. A whole host of dudes. Tutors, which has to do with teachers. Governors that might not be dealing with the child directly like that, but at the same time they govern, and he has to learn how to govern things himself, because you can't have a child like you. I'm too wild. You can't have a child that this is destined to be a king, a ruler, or whatever, without having governors that he can also learn from. He has the tutors. He has to learn, of course, how to read, how to write, how to conduct himself as a king, how to sit up straight. Right? Things like that. How to have the good posture, how to have good, a good appearance before the people. Right. Things like that. And then the governors, what they'll do is they teach how to govern cities and things like that. These are the things that he grew up learning. But at the same time, the father is really not even mentioned there in this scripture, because the father has all his duties that he has to do. He ain't got time to throw the damn football. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got time to do that. And he got, like I said, he got 20, 30 other kids. Right. And 10 wives. You know what I'm saying? He's got all of that going on. So he can't really deal with you like that. But the tutors and the governors and everything will compensate for what he lacks as far as that child. And that child will be raised up to rule in the stead of his father. But with this thing going on now, like with these groups popping up, they know nothing of governing tutorship or any of that. How to govern a society right. They don't know any of that. They have not a clue. These dudes are just popping up like Pop-Tarts and just trying to run things. Right. So when it comes to this discerning stuff like that, you shouldn't, really get into anybody that just pops up out of no damn where. Has no history that you don't really know about. Like the thing with Barack Obama. Right. Barack Obama popped up on the scene, in 2007, I think it was? Yeah. Who knew who he was before that? No one. He just popped out of the wall some damn where to rule over Negrodom, right? And then he sat there and he's saying, you know what? A lot of them same people that's in these movements like Black Lives Matter and that other group that we talking about, right? They voted for Barack Obama, someone that they did not know. The scripture is a scripture that talks about says when it talks about a king, don't set no king above thee, one among from thy people. Right. We go to that scripture. Yeah. Deuteronomy 17 and 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. Right. One from among thy brethren. From among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. Right. We didn't even do no background check on that man. But with a name like you know, Barack Obama. It don't sound like, Jerome Taylor or anything like that.
Right.
Red flag number one, you know. Red flag number two, everybody didn't know where the hell he was even born at. This dude, what was he born in like Hawaii or something and went to India or something like that? Does that sound like the life of a Negro?
Right.
I really don't. White mother, who was also kin to the Bushes, might I add, and an African father whose um, whose cousin was the head of a militia over in Kenya. We don't think about us, man. We don't investigate nothing. We barely ever investigate anything. So who investigated this guy that was the people in all black running around with AR-15s? Who investigated him and seen his track record, his history?
Right.
No one. And that's the thing about us. When devils elect somebody, they have some feel out of this person. They want to know, and you know what? The main thing that they want to know if he is about them, their cause, and their agenda. That's one thing that they want to know. We don't even give a damn. He's black, and we like superficial, just like women. We're like a whole nation of women. How women are real superficial like that.
All right.
We're like a whole nation of women. It's a scripture also for that one too, when it talks about and the men and the people the men should be as women. Remember that scripture kept?
I'm not familiar with it.
Actually, the scripture, I think it says that they should be weak as women. Isaiah 19:16, it's talking about the Egyptians, but I mean, hell, who the hell we be following? We following the Egyptians of today.
Right.
Who is the white man? We follow right after him and imitate all of his ways, So he become weak as women, and what do? We follow right behind him and do the same damn thing. That's why you got these onks wearing. They don't even understand who the hell it is that they're even. Oh yeah, also too. Yeah, you mentioned it earlier that guy had an onks on, right?
Right.
When you follow,
that is correct.
When you follow Egyptian philosophies and stuff like that, that's what you're dealing with, because they worship the feminine, all the Isis and all of that. And she had also another name too. They worship that. That's the reason why America and everything was built off of ancient Egypt.
Right.
They took the blueprint of ancient Egypt and went to follow it to a T. That's the reason why they was able to enslave us for 400 years, just like the first Egypt.
Right.
And one of the ways that they do it is reversing the damn roles of men and women. Because if a man is a man, he's going to put up way more resistance against the kingdom that's oppressing him than if the roles are reversed and the woman is the head. You know, put the woman in front, they can rule over as, pretty much as long as they want, right? Pretty much.
Right.
They can rule over as long as they want. Because that's the reason why Black Lives Matter is led by women. It's not led by men. And the women put the dudes in check. And you ever notice also too, all of these groups is popping up. What is they called? The Revised Black Panther Party or something like that. Is that what they call it?
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
And you seeing women leaders running around with berets on.
Right.
Ain't that something? They got Tams on.
Right.
Like, wow, look at this. You know what I'm saying? And they are instructing the dudes on what to do. Just like when we was in Dayton, Ohio.
Right.
They was out there to instruct and tell the men where to go. Have a shut up. Straight up. But she's up there telling dudes, like she's positioning everybody for security, putting people in certain positional spots and all of that. No, that's not supposed to go. And then with this group right here, the newest one that they came out with that we talking about, with all the black and with the AR-15s, they're going to be taken over by women also. And those women are going to be sleeping with white men, and they're going to have white sponsors and stuff like that. So when the scriptures say, never trust thy enemy, can we go into that one again?
Ecclesiasticus 10 and 12. That's like it. Chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Now, think about this for a second. Now, when I'm talking about the enemy, I'm not just talking about the white man at this point. I'm talking about the black leaders, the people that's leading black people, even though they're black also. Now, there is a difference, like how we should treat them, because the scriptures say, if thy enemy hunger, feed him, right? So if we see these black power people hungry or whatever one day, we give them some food and everything. If they thirsty, we give them something to drink. We ain't obligated to do that with the other kind of enemy, which is the white man. We're not obligated to do that there. But at the same time, those same damn people should not be in leadership positions telling black people what to do. They should not. They should not be in those positions. If they hunger, feed them. They come past you, salute them. Hey, shalom. Stuff like that. But don't look at them as, someone that should be nowhere near a position to lead black people. One thing, they never learned any damn thing. If they did, they wouldn't have women up inside their movements like that as if they're leaders. They wouldn't do that. The woman is not cut for battle. And you know what? This makes us a laughing stock among all other nations. It makes us laughable because they don't do that. Good.
I got a question. What do you say to the people who say that, okay, black women are stepping up because there's no black men that are stepping up and doing the job, so black women have to step up and do it?
Okay, here's the thing with that. Black women are not stepping up to do anything but buy weaves and all of that type of stuff. They're not stepping up to do anything. And here's the thing. Black men are never given credit for anything that we do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Black men are not given any credit for whatever it is. And you can check this out. You can put your daughter through college. Like, say, for instance, you're a man that's somewhere around my age, right? And you have, I'm 45 years old. Like, say, you had a daughter You know, when you was 20 maybe or something like that, right? You put this girl through college. You made all of these sacrifices for her. But when she finally lands that job that she wants as some type of secretary somewhere, she is not going to give you 9.9 times out of 10, she's not going to give you any credit.
Right.
I'm just keeping it real. And you know what? She's going to start, remember, well, I'm not going to say the brother's name and everything, but remember when we talked, there was a certain brother that we know that his own daughter, tried to run over him with a car. This is a man that took care of her whole life.
Right.
He took care of her whole life, fixed her cars, did all of that. Now think about it. He fixed her car all the damn time, and she tried to run over him with the same damn car that he fixed.
Right.
What credit do we get?
Right.
And you know what? If you don't give people credit, you know what they'll do? They'll stop doing things for you. You don't give them any type of credit for nothing, right?
Right.
Somebody don't give the Most High credit. The Most High blessed you with all of this stuff, and you don't give him the credit. What is he gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What is he gonna do? He might back his hand off doing anything for you. Just keeping it real. Can you go over the question one more time? I want to see if there's something else that I can bring out concerning that.
The question was, what do you say about women who say black women need to come to the front line and be like the frontline soldiers because there's not enough, or there's not enough black men stepping up, so the women have to step up.
Okay, for one thing, black men shouldn't be following behind no damn black woman when she tells a black man to step up. For one thing, her ass needs to step back. That's right. What the hell she needs to do. She ain't running front line. She running. Let me tell you what she's doing the front line to do. She's going front line to coon. Oh, that black woman that had the damn Black Lives Matter shirt on. They have no damn panties or nothing on, twerking in front of the cops. I guess she was the one that stepped up, huh?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's out there twerking and all of that in front of the damn cops. You know what I'm saying? When black women step up, they step up to get attention. That's what they're doing. They don't give a damn about. And let me let you in on something else. I'm going to sound harsh right quick. Black women, for the most part, don't care about the black race. I'm just going to put it out there like that. And anybody want to debate me on that or whatever the hell the damn case is, feel free. Feel free to do so. She does not care about the posterity of the black race. She don't. The only thing that she seems like she cares about is when she's trying to usurp you and she's trying to get them to pay more attention to her because she understands that the black man is more sought after sexually and all that than her. And she's jealous. I'm just keeping it real. Keeping it all the way 100. Keeping it $1. She hates.
I was going to say, somebody had a comment. I.S.U.P.K said Serena Williams' father was not given credit.
No. Right. I'm glad he mentioned that. Now, think about this for a second. Look at this. Now, that's a perfect example right there. Shout out to I.S.U.P.K. That's a perfect example right there. Because this man, he kept his girls chaste. But chastity, kept them, to where niggas wasn't busting up their box, right? He taught them, his daughters, a skill set. And then look at the history that man comes from, because he was almost killed by racist white people in that small little town that he came from. He was, I think he was lynched, and survived. Now, his two daughters, Serena and Venus, he raised them girls up. And he made sure that once they started to become like celebrities, people, white people start to pay attention to them, he stood as vanguard and made sure that they couldn't abuse them and stuff like that. Look what they did to him. Look how they turned on him. They turned on him like it wasn't nothing, like quick. They turned on him, and guess what they did? Married white dudes on top of that, and kicked him out as being their trainer and coach. What thanks did he ever get? None.
And if I could, there was another example of that with Michael Jackson's father. Nobody wanted to give him credit. They tried to demonize him.
Right. Man, it's countless. Yes, you're right. You're right. And you know what? Here's the funny thing about it, because when it comes to celebrities, the only time that I know somebody even gives a sliver of things is in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like Floyd Mayweather's dad and his uncles and all of that. But then at the same time, you see in the show how he kept disrespecting his own father in the show. They was falling out all the time in the reality show. Remember that?
God, I remember.
They was falling out all the damn time. You ever notice he ain't never fall out with his mother, right?
Right.
We in the land of the worship of estrogen. That's where Ishtar comes from, or Esther, meaning East Star. That's where that comes from. We are living in a time of estrogen to a time where what do you call a Sarte, its power is at the height right now, but it's definitely getting ready to go down. It's definitely the sun is going down on that. Believe that, because now what are they doing now? The police is now murking black women now, right? And this is just a start. This certainly ain't the grand finale, I'll tell you that.
Right.
It's just a start. And black men not getting any damn credit, what we got to do is we got to take our own credit. So I think it's always good. As a matter of fact, ex-Trooper Karab said one time, like a pimp tactic, right? He said, said a pimp said, when a woman say you ain't never did nothing for him, take back everything you ever did. You know what I'm saying? Like if you bought all of this stuff or whatever, take everything back. Then she can see what you done for.
Right.
But it's messed up that we got to resort to tactics like that in order for us to get any type of recognition for the things that we do. Black men, I done heard black women say, what the hell have y'all ever done? Bitch, we invented like majority of the stuff in the country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But she forgot about that, right? At that time, she forgot about it, right? What great achievements have y'all ever made? Well, go to George Washington Carver, who saved this funky ass country, maybe. How about that? Go to, all of these different black men that done invented things, that were thinking about things, wondering how certain things work. A black man invented the cell phone, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right?
Right.
The cell phone that she loves to use. But then she's sitting there on the cell phone talking about what y'all ever did. Bitch, that's in your hand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's in your damn hand.
Right.
We don't get any credit for any damn thing in this country. So now we'll take the same woman that doesn't give us credit for anything and put her at the head of any movement of ours. Huh. And actually, do you know what that is? Actually, that's a spirit. That's a spirit of, I don't even want to call it the spirit of Jezebel, to be honest with you. I want to call it the spirit of Athaliah. Right. Remember her, because nobody ever really talks about her. Athaliah, who she actually was an Israelite. Jezebel was not. But you can still see the difference in the feminine spirit, the feminist spirit of both of them. Athaliah rose up impulsively and started taking out all the seed royal of the tribe of Judah. Right. Of the house of David and everything. Because her son got killed in battle. So she started hopping up to where the son Joash was moved, and they want to see where black men get credit. Go into that Bible. And there's another thing, too. A lot of women don't give a damn what the hell's in the Bible. How many stories can they recall? How many stories can they break down the virtues of the men that were in the Bible? I ain't never heard a woman do it. Have you? Have you, Kel?
Nah.
I've never heard it. And you know what? You ask them another question. You ask them a question, the question of, now she's supposed to be so much about Yah and all of this and all of that, right? Ask them which woman in the Bible do they revere and want to model themselves after. They can't give you an answer to that either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not unless they give you the same damn answer that the Christian woman will give you, which is talking about Deborah, because they believe Deborah was some big mouth bitch. Running around talking about a Shadalaboshe. Right. That's what they believe, They can't break down anything that Deborah was doing. I almost had busted my damn brain trying to break this stuff down to women years back, but then I understood something. Their mind is not like ours. I had to learn that the hard way. Their mind is not anything like ours. The Most High made us different. It just is what it is. The Most High made us, and then he made her to be the helpmeet unto us. And everything that goes to her should be poured into her from us. And what she's supposed to do is mimic what it is that we poured in. And it is what it is. Yeah. We can fight it and resist it all we want to, and you know what I'm saying, but it just is what it is. She's supposed to sound like you even when she's not even around you.
Right. My wife had another comment if you want me to read.
Okay.
My wife Yashala said the Willie Lynch letter presents a over 300-year plan to divide the black man and black woman by allowing the black woman to lead the black community, which is not of the Most High.
Right. Yes. You can't think of no other society that's led by the women. They try to say, "Oh, we all equal," right? Then why the hell is our society the only one that's led by women?
Right.
Nobody else's is. Nobody else's is, but ours. And yes, they set up, the plan, because what were they doing? And matter of fact, in slavery, if you have a 12-year-old girl, 13-year-old girl, get ready to get married or whatever, he had to sleep with her first. This is what they call ritualistic sex magic, because they understand that you're one flesh with who you have sex with. They understood that. And as a matter of fact, that stuff's in the Kabbalah, the Jewish Kabbalah. And I think it's in the Talmud also. That's what they call ritualistic sex magic. The Kabbalah is a little darker than the Talmud is. It's a little bit more on the evil side, than the Talmud is. But yes, now think about it. Now, you practice something like that over time because he got his seed in her. And when a man injects his seed into a woman, it also affects her brain also. So now she will raise the kids in a way to love him and his people, because she is what he's desiring. He is what she's desiring, rather. Because he went into her, she don't understand, right? All she know is, oh, I'm in Massa house. Big, nice Massa house. And he ran up in her, right? Now she is naturally connected to him. So, but what does he do? He throw her on you. You know what I'm saying? So now imagine what that does to her mind. She is joined with him, but she's thrown up on you, who now she don't really want. Because you live in the barn next to the hay. He lives in the big house, right?
Right.
She's connected to him, and she's angry to be with you. So fast forwarding things, that's one of the reasons why a lot of black children don't look like the dude that's supposed to be the father. Because by that she's taught promiscuity, you know. And her mind, her heart is still connected to him. That's the reason why she spends her whole life, when you fast forward it down to post-slavery, she spends a large portion of her life to be next to him. If she can't be a star, she can't be a singer or something, a movie, an actor or anything like that. What is she trying to be after that? Or if that stuff is off the table, you know what she want to be? Go ahead.
If I could, like that singer Eve,
Mm, mm.
I'd be like her.
Yes, yeah, that is a good damn example right there. Now notice how she was at first. Now check this out. Notice how Eve was at first. She was on some halfway lesbian stuff and all of that, talking about, what's the song? She was singing these rough songs and all of that, right?
Right.
But she got with that devil, and she started to become feminine again. This is something to realize. This is something to remember, black men. A person will change for what they want. Didn't you change in pursuit of the kingdom? Think about it for a second. Didn't you change in pursuit of the kingdom? So just imagine how she feels about the devil that she really wants. All of a sudden, she changes. So what does that tell you? That tells you that's what the hell she's been wanting the whole damn time. But they make black men chargeable, right? They make black men, be charged for, because you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that. That's not the damn deal. Because they're trying to flip it to make you her servant while she is seeking something else. You're just keeping it real. Those same black women that's in, the Black Lives Matter, and then that other group, I can't remember what they called, the ones with all black uh, uh, with the AR-15s and all of that. They are not, seeking you to be with you. They're not. As a matter of fact, I want to bring out the scripture concerning that. A lot of people don't believe me, so fine. I'll go to Genesis. Read Genesis right quick. I'm going to break down something real tough. I'm going to go into Genesis chapter 3 and verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception, right? In sorrow shalt thou bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband. Now, this is the point that I want to make. Now, what is the definition of husband? You got many, majority of married people don't even know what the definition of husband is. You take the married couple that's been married for 30 years, random couple, right? Ask that couple, what is the definition of husband? You know what? They can't even tell you, right? So that woman damn sure can't tell you. She don't even know what the hell it means. She thinks the husband is a ring and a paper and all of that stuff, and just a man in a house. She don't know. She has not a clue. All right. And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over D. Now, think about this. What does it mean for a person's desire to be to someone? It means you desire what it is that they desire. But here's the thing. Think about this for a second. You a Hebrew Israelite. Why your woman want to be a Christian? You're a Muslim. Why your woman want to be a Christian? You a Hindu. Why your woman want to be a Buddhist? Think about that for a second. It says, thy desire shall be to thy husband, but let her get with a heathen, she'll become conformed to whatever that heathen is. If she get with a white man, she'll be conformed to that. If she could be a Christian her whole life, she finally land a white man and he's a Muslim, she's going to become a Muslim too. You know why? Because her desire is to her husband. And he rules over her. See what I'm saying? He is the provider of her Section 8. He is the provider of her food stamps. He is who she goes to college to be next to. He is the one that she wants to work next to in the office. He is the one that hangs on her grandmother's wall on a goddamn picture. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't have to spell this one out. I'm quite sure y'all understand what I'm saying. Thy desire shall be to thy husband. In a lot of cases, you ain't even really the husband, to be honest with you. If you want husbandry, you better take it. Because what you are to her is someone to pass the time. I'm just keeping it real. That's the reason why, when you look back at like in the 70s and everything, right? You had the black woman next to the black man with the fist, right? Big old afro, the bell bottoms and all of that, turtleneck, and guess what? Those two were not together. You move her to the front, the first damn thing she gonna do is get her a double. I'm just keeping it real. Go through history. Now is a time to where we should be looking back into history to these black figures like Angela Davis, Maya Angelou, all of these type of people. Then go back even to the celebrity black women. Look what they were doing. You go all the way back to Billie Holiday. That woman sung a song so sweet that I thought it was, some devil woman singing it to a white man. But come to find out, I found out the woman was black singing this. And then when I did the search on this woman, she was married to what? Her whole song was tuned. The black women that messed with black men or that were, didn't have no man at all, sung songs back then like, ain't nothing but a hound dog. That type of song, the one that Elvis Presley stole from that black woman. Yeah, nothing but a hound dog. Now, you already know what type of man she was talking about, right? But the Billie Holiday made a song that said there's going to be, so it was a song, look it up, there's going to be some changes today. And she's talking about herself. I'm like, wow, look at this. I thought it was a devil woman singing to a devil man. I'm like, damn, that's all right there. Damn, that's some all right stuff. Come to find out, it's a black woman singing to a devil man. Billie Holiday was married to a white man. I'm like, wow. So now when it say, thy desire shall be to thy husband, who the hell is her husband? So in these movements like Black Lives Matter and that group and all of that, and the Black Panther Party that's putting black women up there, who is their husband? Because it's so in the hell ain't you. Straight up. It's not you. Now let's get back to some scripture though. We go to Jeremiah 7 and 18. Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 18. The children gather wood. Now, what is this talking about? Children, even getting in on this evil work that's going on. Gathering wood is what? Work, right? Like say for instance, when they start gentrifying this neighborhood right here, and they start having this deal where they was like cleaning up, supposed to be cleaning up the neighborhood and all of that stuff, and start to, like they having this thing for cleaning the neighborhood. And then I seen a black woman out there with her she had two sons, and you could tell they didn't really want to do it, but she's like, "Come on here, boy," you know what I'm saying, and had them doing whatever it was the white people wanted them to do, using them pretty much to gather the wood, not literal but metaphorically. The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle fire, and the women knead their dough. Knead their dough means what are they doing? They work in the dough, right? They work in the dough, cooking, to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven. Now, who is the Queen of Heaven? She's named different names throughout whatever society that it is. She's named one thing in Egypt, one thing in Babylon, another thing in Greece, another thing in Rome, going all the way down to all these kingdoms. They have different names, but still the same goddess, goddess of fertility, things like that. With them putting women inside the movements like that, what they're doing is they're actually paying homage to the goddesses of fertility, is what they're actually really doing. Because those women will move on to take over the movement themselves, and a lot of them have already done that. And who do you think is going to be standing over them? Who they're going to answer to? They're going to answer to white men. That's who they're going to answer to. They're going to be standing over black men as the children. The black men will be like the children, and they'll be the parent. White man and black woman looking down on you like, yeah, do that, boy. And you be the dumb little slave and all of that, doing whatever the hell, they want. So now ask yourself the question, when it says that desire should be to thy husband, who is her husband? Because those Black Lives Matter women are going home, they're doing drugs, they're doing every manner of damn evil, just like the Black Lives Matter dudes are doing. Black Lives Matter dudes are sleeping with other dudes' wives. Hell, a lot of times they're the same damn movement. He meet dude's wife from the whole Black Lives Matter revolutionary movement. He's banging her. You gotta have morals if you want to be on top. As blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you gotta have morals if you want to be on top. Martin Luther King was morally wrong. Martin Luther King was having threesomes with devil women, and doing all kind of evil and stuff like that. He was morally wrong, and what happened was they ended up clipping him. They figured. Let me tell you the real reason why they killed Martin Luther King. The real reason why they killed Martin Luther King is because they figured he was worth more dead than alive. Because if he's this civil rights leader and all of that, talking about equality, all of this stuff, now they can kill him and they can make him into a martyr and an idol and a god. Because as long as he's living, he has time to mess up, right? But if he's dead, he don't have time to mess up anymore, does he? No. So what it is, they smoke him and then they deify him. They make him into a deity. A deity that every black person should follow. That's why all your Christian pastors wear suits and they somewhat, in some shape, form, or fashion, model themselves after him. You know, back in the day, I don't think it was like that. Before Martin Luther King, I don't think it was, it wasn't, if you had a black Christian pastor, I don't think he ran around just with a suit on, and all of that. As a matter of fact, in the movie, remember the movie Malcolm X? Yeah. Remember they killed Malcolm X's father. He didn't run around with no Martin Luther King type suit on, and he didn't model himself after Martin Luther King. He was a revolutionary type of dude. Remember that in the movie? Martin Luther King's father, they tied him to that railroad track and all of that. And had him ran over with a train and all of that stuff. But he was a revolutionary type dude. Remember the clans that surrounded their house, all of that. That's how a lot of black pastors were. They were more like, some of them, you know what I'm saying? Some of them didn't want to go for the garbage, and they became, revolutionaries and everything. And they actually read that Bible, and seen where, things that people were taught were wrong. Some of them were controlled by the devil. And those kind, a lot of times, they killed them. When Martin Luther King come on the scene, of course, they killed him also. But they didn't kill him because he was so revolutionary. He was so this and so that. They killed him and to make him a martyr and to deify him. And he, like I said, he was worth more dead to them than alive, because look at how many people follow after his ways. You know what I'm saying? He's placed right up there with, the picture. He's got the picture of white Jesus. And then you got Martin Luther King, and then you got Barack Obama. A little more on the scripture. Yeah, that's the point that I pretty much wanted to make on that scripture when it talks about, and the women need their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven. The Queen of Heaven, that's that's where all of that feminine energy comes from. That's the core, and this place is a serious hotbed for that. This is where also too where all your simp dudes come from. All the simp dudes and all of that, come out of the worship of the feminine. That's one of the reasons why I'm certainly not to get in these fake black movements. All these fake black movements is going to be taken over by that, because America is a place that's based on the feminine. Until you get into the raw core of the power that's here.
Okay. Another comment by Makaba.
Okay.
Makaba Yashala wrote, a lot of pressure on black women can be alleviated if they support and not try to rule over black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men.
Which is true. But here's the thing. The power tastes so good to her. She does not want to let it go. That's the thing about it. The power that she has over us right now tastes good. You know what I'm saying? She is a superficial creature. She's not a type of woman that she's not the type that thinks, well, our race would be better if we just submit ourselves to our men. They don't give a damn about the race. They don't care. It's up to us black men to. Like I said before, the woman, she's an empty vessel and she takes what's poured into her. And you know what's poured into her right now? The value system of the world. She loves it. Look at the power that it gives her. They give her Section 8. They give her the ability to call the cops on you whenever she wants and have you locked the hell up. Your freedom is in her hands, right? Your freedom is in her hands. She could call the police on you at any damn time. A domestic dispute, who they gonna come for? They're gonna come for you. They're gonna come straight for you. We can't really rely upon them to think that way. Like, we can't rely upon them to think of what the betterment of their people would be. It's up to us men to think like that because they not going to think that way. They love the trinkets that they get here. They love it. They love the welfare. They love the fact that they're not held accountable for anything here. A woman can sit there, she leave her man, right? What do they call her? They call her strong. She leave her man for another man. They say she's strong for leaving her man. All right. She has kids that she raises by herself via assistance of the government, right? They call her strong. You see what I'm saying? They call her strong for raising children that she had 3-4 children by 3-4 different baby daddies. She's called strong. They reward her for this type of behavior. So you got to kind of think of it. Why should she want to give that up, right? Why should she want to think logically or for the benefit of her race when she only gave a damn about her goddamn self? You know what I'm saying? All right. The only thing she cares about is her and how she feels. And the white man makes her feel good. That's the reason why when you watch the movie, The Monsters Ball, with Holly Berry and Billy Bob Thornton, what did she say to him? She said, "Make me feel good." She cared about that more than she gave a damn about was a child that got shot and killed. And a man was locked up and all of that. One of her child got killed, her son got killed. And her husband, who P. Diddy played her husband, was in prison for no telling how long. And she is there with a white man saying, "Make me feel good." So she cared about her feelings more than she cared about the two people whose lives were destroyed. Think about that for a second. Yeah, give that a minute to sink in. She didn't give a damn about them, and she got up on top of him and started riding him and all of that. And this is who we're making the head of movements. This is who we look and to see their opinion on things. I don't give a damn about opinion, no bro. I'm just keeping it real. Right. I cares not. My job is to tell her what the hell to do. If she's in danger or something like that, yeah, nigga gonna react and this and that, you know what I'm saying? But her opinion on things, on deep subject matters and stuff like that, what the fuck do I care? Right. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? I cares not. I don't care. Because she could betray you at any moment. And you know what? And also, too, time doesn't mean anything to her. I'm just keeping it real. Time means something to us, but it doesn't really mean anything to her. That's the reason why she'll be in a marriage 20, 25 years and bounce in 20, 25 seconds to another dude, right? After all of that, y'all done built. And a lot of the times, you'll be the last one to know she's gone. She left you 2 years ago. She's just physically with you. You know what I'm saying? But this is who we will put at the head of our movement, of any movement that we have? Really? That's what we'll do, right? Bull shit. Any other questions, Bill?
No questions right now.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I want to go more on the leader with the ankh. I want to go in a little bit more on that. You know, the dude that had the ankh on. What does that ankh mean? He worships the feminine energy. He worships that.
Right.
That's why he has the ankh on, and he will place women in the lead himself. He'll put them up under him, just like the Christian pastor do, right? Because the Christian pastor don't want the woman taking his position. But what he will do is move them in a position up under him and over you. It's the same thing from the Christian church. That's what they do in the Christian church. The pastor wants to solidify his position, right? But what he'll do is he'll take and make deaconesses. He'll have deacons too, but the deaconess will have more power than the deacon. And a lot of times he'll make that deacon shut the hell up and let her speak. Now, up under them two is the regular dudes that go to the church. And the women that don't have an official position there, right? Which is a lot of these dudes' wives and everything, right? With children, and they show up with kids. What they'll do there, what he'll do there is still put her over you. And this is the funny thing that I saw also. What they'll do is, like, say for instance, if a man, you know, a dude that I knew named Les, and he had his wife there, and his wife was normally quiet and, you know, in pocket, right? And, you know, they would have the kid. They had like 3 kids or something like that. You know, his wife was normally, you know, in pocket. She was a quiet sister and everything, right? But as soon as she opened her mouth to say something, the other women in there is like, "Oh, girl, say it, girl," you know, trying to pump her up to keep running her mouth all the time, moving the women over the men. They tried to get, you know what they try to do? They try to lightweight get her up on the pulpit. But that's the order system of the Christian church, and the group like this, what dude and all of them, they up under the same damn order,
Right.
same order. You know, he'll want to be the leader of it. But up under him, he's gonna put the woman in high regard up under him, females in high regard, and put the dudes up under them. And if they don't, you know, where she can check them, pretty much effeminizing the men. That's what that whole Egypt worship garbage is about.
Right.
You know, that's why they had priestesses and stuff like that, bald head hoes, you know, running around, you know what I'm saying? Women with bald heads and all of that stuff. You know, that's why they had that going on. Black men, we can't hide behind our women. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, you have a lot of brothers, you have a lot of men that want to put the women up front because they figure that the white man will be less likely to shoot her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what we do, we be on some Harriet Tubman type of garbage, try to duck and hide behind her spiritually. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The hell with that. We supposed to be in the damn front. And she is supposed to be somewhere making biscuits. Straight up, taking care of them kids, nurturing your future generation that's gonna rise up and take the damn baton after you. You know what I'm saying? Your next generation of sons, that is. Any other questions, sir?
Just one comment.
Oh.
Carolyn O'Wuor, Owuor, said, Lord, that is not true.
What is she saying is not true?
And so the only comment she put so far is just, Lord, that is not true.
Everything that I said is true.
Right.
Don't believe it. She can research it. She can research everything, but at the same time, I can't really trust, the fact that the woman will really research anything. It's a matter of fact, but I tell you what is true, that she'll believe, that she should believe, rather, that she needs to be sending some donations here to this school and maybe cooking for us. Is she somebody here in Indianapolis?
Can't tell.
Okay. One thing that I do like is true is a good old plate of fried chicken. She can do that. That would be quite nice. And she could come into the school and we can all talk about, what she say is not true. Okay. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus, chapter 34.
You said Ecclesiasticus?
Cut.
33 and 4?
34, I think it's 34 and 1.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 34, verse 1. The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools.
Dreams lift up fools. All of this stuff, even the protests, bless those brothers and sisters' hearts and everything, So they just they really don't know. They don't know what to do, right? So they reacting out of impulse, and they just go and just do stuff. You know what I'm saying? I can't be really mad at them for that. But when you have a organized, somewhat organized movement, though, you got to think, who should you be aligning yourself with, And I know a lot of these people know about us. Keep it real. I know a lot of them know about the I.S.U.P.K. Like you said before, that's why they get the all black and the boots and all of that. Hell, they'll be having shields before long, maybe, right?
Right.
And
if I could, the brother who's the leader of them was saying, this is of God, this is of Yah.
Right.
This is God told me to be out here, in Yah, blah, blah, blah. The only ones who say Yah is all brand Hebrew Israelites.
Right.
Who get what they learned from the Israelite school UPK,
right.
twisted in and it's been bastardized, but all of it stands back to the ISUPK.
Right. And they, and also too, they've been dealing with the fake groups and everything that actually hate us. That's another reason why they're saying Yah too. Right. They've been dealing with them and all of that. You know what I'm saying? They know that we don't say Yah and everything. They've been dealing with those type of people. Pretty much joining themselves with whoever the hell hate us. We come on the scene. Watch the anger of a lot of them. Saying we the most hated, that it is out there.
Right.
Because we actually the true ones that are actually out there. Right. Everybody else, is a little something else,
Right.
But go ahead.
Got a question. What do you think about the video of the brother who was out in the woods and these devils tried to lynch him?
Okay, what video was that? I don't think
it was all over the internet this morning and on the news.
Yeah, can we put that on the screen? They
can
put that on the screen.
Let me try to find it real quick. I shared it. check the something else. Videos, all right. It was actually in Indiana.
Mm.
It was in Bloomington, Indiana, which is southern Indiana, where the KKK, where the KKK was. That area was founded in that area.
Mm.
Maybe I have to search it up. It was in Bloomington, Indiana. It actually happened yesterday here, though. There we go. The video right here. Lord, I gotta die you. But basically, the brother was in the woods walking with like 3 other devils. But then these devils came up on him, I guess, and then it got physical. They was holding on to him. Let me see if I can get the volume going. I don't know why that's no volume. So they holding on to him. This is when they was holding down. And there's some devils telling them to let them go. But them 3 male devils and then 1 she devil is the one.
Let him go, dude. Let him go. Let him go. Please. Let him go. Please let him go. We're going to as soon as you let him go. I'm going to. Gotta get the fuck out.
You go, then we'll let him go.
Shake your head at me. Let him go. Get the fuck out.
I think there's more to it. Let's see if we watch the rest.
In the Star Wars. Are you happy about this?
They said you're worse than the police. They said the police promoted this.
What you want to tell me about this? You with your 5 white friends? You happy with your 5 white friends? You guys started all this shit. Well, you put it in your fucking film, bitch. Film it. Film it all. Fuck you. Come over here and get it, bitch. Come over here and get it. Film it. It sucks. It sucks both ways, guys. Come over here and get it. It sucks. No.
Yeah. One thing where the brother messed up at first.
Right.
You don't go to the woods with white people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't go to the woods with a bunch of white people. 5 white people, you going to the woods with them, you know. No, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. In my ignorance back when I was a teenager, yeah, I went to the woods with white people, but it was an equal number of black people there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and a lot of those, those black people were real tough guys and everything. You know what I'm saying? I knew, and they were dominant type of dudes and stuff like that. See, things are different now than what they were back in the day. You know, back in the day, you could have white friends and somebody come at you in a racist fashion, and a lot of times you wouldn't have to do nothing. Your white friends would maul the other white people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the way it was back then. So I remember I went to a party. It was me, who used to be Trooper Cabral, and our buddy Dale. After work and everything, after the slave, we went to, a party, a keg party, and they were mad because we were dancing with a few of the women or some stuff like that, and they all went and they was talking, congregating with each other and all of that, and it caused a big old huge fight among them. You know what I'm saying? These were all white dudes, and females, just going all out, throwing blows with each other. You know what I'm saying? But things like that is not like that now, because one thing, this is one thing with white people, they figure they get some of your spirit and everything. You know what I'm saying? And they get used to you, and some of that fear factor leaves a bit. You know what I'm saying? And all of this equality garbage and stuff like that. Really, you fall at the crap end of that. You know what I'm saying? So now they ain't. Now they're used to you now. So now their whole racist spirit can start to come back. You ever notice they ain't do a goddamn thing to them devils that had their brother pinned up against the tree?
Right.
They did nothing to them. They just kept saying, let him go and let him go and all of that. They kept saying all of that. Dude and them really wanted to do something real bad to him.
Right.
The Most High made the nations to be separate. You know what I'm saying? Made the nations to be separate from one another. They had that brother pinned up against a tree and everything,
Right.
And they wanted to do worse to him. That's why the devil said, y'all worse than the cops. Because they were, it's like I was saying before, they're gonna deputize themselves.
Right.
Here in the future. They're going to deputize themselves. I mean, hell, that's why they made laws of citizens arrest. What was that for?
Right.
That was for regular white people who are not cops to come arrest black people.
And if I could, they had them pinned up and on the ground. All they needed was a rope.
Yeah, that's all they did.
Throw that rope over the tree, wrap
Right.
it around his head, start pulling, and he would have been, swinging around and chicken and all that.
Right.
Yeah, he got 3 devils. That's enough to lift him up by the neck. He'd have been dead in 30 seconds.
Right. Hopefully that brother learned the damn lesson not to hang out with white people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, because if he was with 4 black friends, his 4 black friends, Lord, most likely would never let it would have been 4 against 4.
Right.
Instead of 4 on 1, and
Right.
the others just talking, saying, no, stop.
Right.
You know what I mean? It would have been 4 on 4 instead of 4 on 1.
Right.
But the same ones he figured was his friends that he's out there with ain't lift a finger to help him.
Right.
Lift a finger to help him.
Right.
They ain't even call 911.
Sure didn't.
They ain't call 911. They ain't help him fight. Like,
Right.
That's your friend. You see your friend
Right.
get jumped.
Right.
And you ain't even help him fight or at least
Right.
push him or, they weren't even yelling. They was just like, hey, man, come on, let's go.
Right. Trying to negotiate with him and
Yeah,
all of
they
that.
wasn't even being aggressive
Right.
back. They just was like, hey,
Right.
let's go, man, come on, man. And if they would have just went on with what they wanted to, probably would know if there was no cameras there, they would have just been like, get the hell out of their face. You better lynch this nigga.
And notice what the white dude said. The one devil said that had the tattoos and everything. He's like, yeah, you're here with your nappy-headed ass, with your white friends and your 5 white friends.
Right.
Man, look, I suggest not to even go into the woods without no blower on you.
Right.
Straight up. Just like it was an incident that happened in Kentucky with you had a Vietnamese dude that was, I think he was with one of his people or something. He's out there in the woods. It was a hunting deal. And you had white dudes out there. And the white dudes were actually Vietnam veterans. The Vietnamese dude grew up during the time of Vietnam and remember the atrocities that was done over there. So when they ran into each other, their minds flashed back to the damn jungles of Vietnam and they start firing on each other.
Where was this again?
This was happening in Kentucky.
Okay.
They start busting on each other. Nobody had got killed or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But still, though, We, you go to a situation like that. I don't know what the hell they was in the woods. What the hell was they in the woods for? To smoke weed? I don't know what the hell they was even in the woods for. That's good.
That town, that area is a college town. And so there's a lots of woods around there. And the older guy, he was like, maybe he was probably maybe some type of, I don't know, it could have been like an outing, trying to be collegey and trying to be smart, look at the forest and the woods.
Right.
And then see nature, but that's just a college town though.
Yeah, but it still makes no sense. I guess they, a lot of times you go into the woods with, a bunch of people, y'all trying to do something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Something. I done had sex in the woods. You know what I'm saying? When I went in the woods with a group of people, went there to do it, it was a purpose somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was a damn purpose somewhere, in that, Either niggas trying to go fishing or everybody had some broads and we want to knock them off in the woods or something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got one black dude that's in the woods with a bunch of them with 5 white people. What the hell are they doing? Oh, they just want to take a nature trip and just, you know what I'm saying? Or they maybe just trying to get some shrooms or something. Hell, I don't know. Not wise. Especially in a place where it's a bunch of damn white people at. And those dudes, those are like kick type dudes. Those are, you know what I'm saying? Those ain't even type people that you would expect to be around the college area. You know what I'm saying? They would be more in a trailer park. You know what I'm saying? They were trailer park type of dudes. Incest, you know what I'm saying? Texas Chainsaw Massacre type of dudes, seem like.
Right.
But damn, brothers, we got to be more wise when it comes to things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gotta be more wise and everything. And that brother, imagine how much he loved devils and everything. He didn't want to be around black people probably. And that is gonna hurt a lot of niggas, not wanting to be around your damn own. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Me myself, I think I'd rather be shot than hung. How about you, Cap?
I'd rather be shot because I want to go out fighting.
That's what I'm saying.
If you get hung, it's kind of like you done got subdued down.
Right.
And then, you just sit, that's kind of like one of them, like, they controlled environment. Either they had to beat you down there all the way down, didn't have you, or, it's like, you get hung by, the state of Texas or something. All the devils out there with guns.
Right.
And there's nothing you can do anyway. Maybe just run or something. They'll just probably rile you back up, make a dog bite you a couple times and throw you back on. But
right.
I'd rather go out fighting. So
I'd rather catch a bullet than be hung up some damn where or roasted alive because they have, you know what I'm saying? We don't understand. We think it's funny because black people think that the hatred that they have towards us has been somewhat quenched. That just go to show you also too how selfish a lot of us are. Because they hanging niggas right now as we speak. They hanging us right now, you know what I'm saying? And we like oblivious to it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not even happening. Like I said though, no black man should be in no damn woods with, you know what I'm saying, 5 white people. I don't give a damn how cool you think they are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're around white people, you need to be around, a nice amount of black people too. Be around a nice amount of black people, kind of to make some, even things out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
also time check 8:51.
Okay. Yeah, but bottom line, that brother shouldn't have been in the woods with no damn devils.
Right.
Just remember what happened to that brother in Greece. They got beat to death.
Yeah, I do.
Right, he was there. It's not like it was back in the day. Like, like mid. I mean, shit. I done had many, white friends and everything. The mid, early '90s and stuff like that. You get into a racial situation back then, and you with your white friends, they'll hit somebody in their mouth quicker than you will. You know what I'm saying? Back then, back then they would, you know what I'm saying? You called him what? You called him a nigger? Bow, you know what I'm saying? They'll be like that, but it's not like that now because they're used to you now. You know what I'm saying? They're so used to you now, you know. They figure they don't have to prove, you know, that they down or anything like that. They ain't got to prove nothing to you now. Now they're equal to and over you, even when they're amongst you, you know, all of that, you know. So they figure they don't have to do any of that stuff now. You know, and we just funny because we thought those white dudes, you know, were so down, but we didn't understand that later on they roll with us, but later on they'll become white again. You know what I'm saying? Once they figure that they have whatever it is that makes you strong, you know, they can absorb it and then they use it and turn it against you. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why those devils didn't help dude, even though he was their quote unquote friend. You know, they didn't make no moves to get them up off dude. They just would leave him alone, get off of him, and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why they were doing that. But bottom line, you know, just like the dude I was talking about in Greece, they got beat to death. His white friends did not even lift a finger to help him. They let him get stomped and kicked and punched to death in Greece. Just because some Greek heifer wanted to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? To hell with white friends. White people, let them befriend each other. And we befriend our own people. Bottom line, separation is key. Straight up. Okay. Yeah, anyone on Ecclesiastes 34?
God, verse 2. Ecclesiasticus 34:2. Whoso regardeth dreams is like him that catcheth at a shadow and followeth after the wind.
Now, that brother that we talking about, in some form of fashion, he's still going after Martin Luther King's dream because what did they do? They merged after the death of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. They kind of merged their ideas together like they were in agreement with one another, right? That's what they did, because wherever you see like Martin Luther King up, you see Malcolm X, which these two dudes really didn't agree with one another, but at the same time, just like what Jeremiah Hyman was saying, and I didn't see it like this at first until he broke it down. Malcolm X was a traitor.
Right.
He really was. Now think about this for a second. Islam never had a problem with multiple wives, did they? To your remembrance, have they ever have one, Captain?
I always thought the Quran said you the man can have 4 wives.
Yeah, I mean they could, hell, and
that's
depends.
what I heard from Muslims that a man can have 4.
Man, that's probably just a poor man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bin Laden, he was a Muslim.
Right.
Bin Laden was one of his father's 54 children. He had 54 siblings. He was the child because his people were actually big construction tycoons over there. He was one of 54 children. And I know they ain't come behind no 4 wives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
54. And he was one of the father's lesser wives, like kind of like a concubine's child.
Right.
So Black Islam is different. Black Islam is slavery, just like Christianity and all of these offshoot Black Pantherish type of groups. They push the same thing. All of these things are in the same damn melting pot. They're in the same thing. They just got different little, tactical, different little things they do, all of that. But in their core, they're all really Christian. It's like I was saying, I don't mean to get off topic, but just like I was saying with Malcolm X, he talked about Elijah Muhammad because he had children with all of these women. Elijah Muhammad, in reality, he was actually a devil, but people didn't know all of that back then. But still, look how quick he turned on him, and that's what he used as his arsenal against him. Not no huge crimes that he did or nothing like that. He used that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's pretty messed up. But at the same time, though, he was real cool with Muhammad Ali, who was hitting every goddamn thing in the West End of Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali was banging the hell out of broads. You know what I'm saying? I remember, old brother telling me, old brother named Art that I used to work with and everything. He's messing with, certain girl. He said he'd be coming in the front door, Muhammad Ali be running out the back.
Dang.
Dead serious. But Malcolm X never had a problem with Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, because he was not no monogamous damn dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was far from that. He was hitting every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn heathen foreign women, black women, he didn't give a damn. He was rocking ass. You know what I'm saying? But he had a problem with Elijah Muhammad because he had children with certain women and everything, which is, that seemed just like an occasion to raise an accusation against this man. So I could certainly see why General Muhammad called that man a traitor. It was a bullshit excuse for him to, you know what I'm saying, use that as an occasion to rise up against Elijah Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? All right. That was, so I mean, now with this group right here, they are going kind of on Malcolm X's viewpoint, along with the Black Panthers and all of that, and everything. So if he was if he was a traitor, what the hell are they? They're the same damn thing.
Time check 9 p.m.
Okay. Yeah, they're the same damn thing. They're traitors too. These black groups and everything. You can't trust them. Thing the I.S.U.P.K, you cannot trust them.
Right.
I.S.U.P.K have a problem, we'll fix it. They have a problem, they'll let it grow into a monster. And they'll injure the lives of a whole lot of people that's with their group. And have a lot of them killed too. And then they'll sit there, a lot of times they're trying to paint us with that damn brush.
Right.
We ain't got a goddamn thing to do. That's the reason why we say we ain't affiliated with no Israelite group. We ain't affiliated with no one else. And a lot of people get mad at us because of that. We can't be with groups that believe the same things as these people believe. We can't do it. Because what do? If they decide they want to start selling dope, what that mean? We gotta sell dope too?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That means we gotta sell dope also? Like, yeah, man, Black P Stones are the 5%ers. We all believe the same. All of us believe the same as the Hebrew Israelites trying to join us to them, so they get messed up because they moving keys and every damn thing, and we get painted with the same damn brush. Next thing you know, FBI, CIA, and all of that's all on us.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're looking at us as one group. With that being said, we are the I.S.U.P.K coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, at the command of GEN.YAHANNA, paying tithes. Support this troop. Support the men that are out here on the battlefield for you and to fix our nation, because that's what we're about. We're not about, just being some type of little group of militia and everything, because these groups, stuff like that, are not nation-minded. They don't even know that they even are a nation.
Right.
So why listen to them? These people are going to set you up for the mark. You know what I'm saying? And when I mean mark, target. That's all they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? With that being said,
Let's use the best class.
pass the class over. Reese and Captain Kabash.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 through 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Frugal offering, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, Passover is to be announced. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black. Boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. With that said, I majim, GEN.YAHANNA. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Rise, face the east. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakuka. Taba'ah. Batazayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Baratazah. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathanawa. Lakam. Kal. Yawam. Wasalak Nawa. Kawati Nawa. Kasalak Nawa. Kawati Nawa. Malaa. Tabiyai Nawa. Panasai 1. Abol. Abashai Nawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Maka. Malakwa. Ma'ala. Watapar. Navalamya. Aman. We said in English. Our Father which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. As on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Hakak, the prayer for the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Babuka Shah. Natham Nawa. Hakak. Lara Pa'ah. Kal Makala. Wakal Madawa. Hakak. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Hakak. Lahakwiyam. Hamathiam. Hakak. Arakawa. Latama Allah. Lagarshan. Hashim Yahushai. Waraman. In the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wayawashah.
Wa Miyaka Allah.
Wayamaka
Wa Allahayim.
Walahai.
Atazabiyah.
Tazabiyah.
Alawap Yohana.
Alawapihan.
Ha Alawapyo.
Alawapihan.
Ha Saranyam.
Asarayim.
Ha Kotasayanyam.
Akatayayim.
Ha Kayayayim.
Akayayim.
Wa Hakwapyo.
Rakwaki.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh.
Wa
Tabarama.
In the English, bless you Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angel.
Commander General Yohana.
Manager Yahweh.
The generals.
General.
The captains.
Captain.
The officers.
Officer.
The troopers.
Trooper.
And the sisters.
And the sister.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
The anointing prayer in the Hebrew. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraki Yahweh.
Waya Shamarka.
Waya Shamarka.
Yahar Yahweh.
Yahweh Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Yahweh.
Aliyaka.
Aliyaka.
Waya Kanka.
Rakanka.
Yasha'a.
Yasha'ah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Yahweh.
Aliyaka.
Aliyaka.
Waya Shamlaka.
Shamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Lagun.
Magun.
The Thurman family.
Thurman family.
Sutton family.
Sutton
The
family.
Puckett family.
Bucket family.
Wright family.
Wright family.
Johnson family.
Johnson family.
Gale family.
Gale family.
Ruiz family.
Ruiz family.
The Shitty family.
Jenny family.
All destroyed of Israel.
All destroyed of Israel.
Done.
All destroyed of Israel.
All destroyed of Israel.
Done.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
Tabarama.
Tabarama.
In the English, Yahweh bless thee and keep thee.
Yahweh bless thee and keep thee.
Yahweh make his face shine upon thee
Yahweh make his face shine upon thee.
and be gracious unto
Be
thee.
gracious unto thee.
Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee
Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee.
and give thee peace.
And give thee peace.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai,
name of Yahweh Shai.
bless,
Bless.
heal,
Heal.
shield,
Shield.
protect.
Protect.
Names of loved ones we just named.
Names and levels we just named.
I.S.U.P.K curses in the English. Blessed art you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth.
and all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
listen to us now,
Listen to us now.
right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses
The evil is a curse.
and punishment and destruction
Punishment, destruction.
to the heathen
The heathen
that speak against us,
speak against us.
thy prophets,
Prophets.
the teachers,
Teachers.
the princes, the priests,
Priests.
the Israelite brothers and the school.
The Israelite brothers in the school.
Send evils and curses
The evil is a curse.
and punishment and destruction
Punishment, destruction.
to the heathen,
To the heathen.
and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel
Shake loose the treasures of the rich of Israel.
that refuse to give to the
They
school.
refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force the riches to enter thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses and punishment
The evil is a curse and punishment.
and destruction to the Edomites
And destruction to the Edomites.
and the nations
And the nation.
and their drug
And their
dealers,
drug dealers.
court system,
Court system.
prison system,
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood,
And parenthood.
all the governments of our enemies,
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church.
the Pope,
Pope.
Islam,
Islam.
Christianity,
Christianity.
Egyptology,
Egyptology.
militia,
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan,
Klan.
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads,
Skinhead.
Posse Comitatus,
Classical Battalion.
the gay movement,
Gay movement.
lesbian movement,
Lesbian movement.
spies,
Spies.
workers of witchcraft,
Witchcraft.
NASA space program,
That's space program.
Army,
Army.
Navy,
Navy.
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines.
Wall Street,
Wall Street.
open up the internet
Open up the internet.
and the
And
airways,
the airways.
the cable access channels,
Cable access channel.
and the radio
And the
channels.
radio channel.
Convict the spirit
Convict the spirits
of any of thy people
of any of thy people
that seek to stop us
seek to stop us
and bring swift
and
destruction
bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all the heat.
that stand in the way
Stand in the way,
or trying to stop us
trying to stop us
from broadcasting your words
broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues,
Let loose all the plagues.
cause them to go to and
Cause
fro
them to go to and fro
through the earth
to the earth
and consume
and
them.
consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and
Yahweh Shai.
Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucers
down with the flying saucer.
and punish all the heathens
Punish all the heat
that come up against us
that come up against us
as we speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause to be known by all
Because we know by all
that it is the angels that have done it.
that the angels have done it.
Cause to be spread through the media
Because we spread through the media
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy cup.
In the name of Yahushua,
Name your shy.
thank you always.
See you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sar, we're going to turn and give a courteous salute to the teacher, men of Israel. Ma'ana Shabbat, Imaju, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Barakatah,
Yahweh Shabbat Shabbat.
Yazmatah. Sar, we're going to turn and face the sisters watching online, give them a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Ma'ana Shabbat, Imaju, Barak,
Yahweh Shamar Adab Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Yazmatah. Class dismissed. And I'll give anybody who are still tuning in online, the radio show, The Grill, is coming on just now. Go to Black Watch on YouTube and check it out. Shalom.
Making announcements now.
Uh,
See, we're making announcements now.
yeah.